This is Paul Turner, the Immigration Barrister at Imperium Chambers. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button for all up-to-date immigration news. Today I'm going to be talking about delays for appellants who are waiting to have their appeals heard in the First-tier Tribunal. The reason for this video is that I've had a lot of inquiries about this recently, and the delays seem to be increasing. Indeed, in the last few months, when I've gone to Taylor House, I've found 3 or 4 courts sitting out of about 20, if not 25 courts. What's happened? Well, it appears that despite talking tough about immigration and removing people from the United Kingdom, the government simply hasn't given the tribunal enough money to get on with its job and list cases, causing people a lot of suffering. This got me to do some thinking and then some digging, and then I finally made a Freedom of Information request to see what was going on. The results were quite surprising. We asked the Home Office, or rather the Tribunal Service, how many appeals in the First-tier Tribunal, Immigration and Asylum Chamber, were pending awaiting a hearing on the 9th of November 2022 and the 9th of November 2021. Alternatively, how many cases were pending and how many cases were pending a year ago. We also asked what was the current average waiting time between the lodging of an appeal and the substantive hearing taking place. And finally, how many appeals have taken place in the First-tier Tribunal in the last 6 and 12 months. Well, the answers, and I'll explain them in a little bit of detail, don't make for a very happy picture. We were told that between July 21 and June 22 there were a total of 34,654 appeals in the First-tier Tribunal. Between January and June 22 there were 18,593 hearings. The number of cases pending, waiting for a decision or a hearing, were in June 2022 over 25,000. By contrast, the number of cases waiting in December was 31,000. This indicates that there are actually cases being processed. There are some 7,000 fewer cases in the backlog. In June 22, the average waiting time between lodging an appeal and having a hearing was 29 weeks, 6.5 months. This seems a little optimistic to me from my experience. The general impression is that they were being heard a lot quicker a long time ago, and that some cases have been pending for about a year. What these figures show is that the FTT is able to churn through a high number of cases, getting through 34,000 cases between July 21 and 22 shows that on average there are 95 hearings every day. Take away public holidays and that figure will obviously be much higher. Unfortunately, whilst the FTT is reducing its backlog, it is still under enormous pressure and has a backlog of 25,000 cases. That's notwithstanding any new decisions. The result is that you may well have to wait on average over 6 months to have your appeal heard. However, there are things you can do about this. If, for example, there are mental health issues, or there are children, or there are particularly compelling reasons, you can write through your lawyer and ask to have the appeal what's called expedited or dealt with more quickly. However, you will have to put forward evidence, and it's worth speaking to your lawyer before you do this. But I thought I would record this video because I was curious as to why the tribunals were pretty much empty, and also dealing with a number of people who were just very frustrated at not being able to have their day in court. Hopefully the government have indicated that they're going to be spending a lot more money and getting a lot more appeals done, and they're actually going to give the Tribunal Service some more money so that they can actually get more judges in and hear the hearings. We shall see whether this will happen, whether it's just another empty promise, and I will update you when I can. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you again. This is Paul Turner, the Immigration Barrister at Imperium Chambers.